This time on DawgStrip, we get a Cadillac, a basket case of a 1964 Fleetwood. This thing sat unloved in a field for over a decade before we got our grubby little hands on it. Bad things are gonna happen.
As part of our Project Dreadnought series, we present this video. You can keep up with the build by watching the older and newer videos on our channel. In the previous video, we acquire a rotten old motorhome, strip it down, and carry out some of the all-important quality control checks.
Our goal for this project is an epic rig for the upcoming BC Gambler 500, a backroad rally for beater cars and unique vehicles. With the 1-ton RV chassis successfully harvested, we now receive the next donor vehicle. From this, we plan to use the body, transplanting the Cadillac shell on top of the Ford chassis. Sacrilege to some, as it may be.
Perhaps you have already noticed that the passenger wheel is missing. This tow started with the front wheel on the ground, but some loose lug nuts had something to say about that. The wheel was not recovered, having been successful in its attempt to break free now to roam the open plain.
When we first came across this Cadillac, it was sitting under a tarp, partially disassembled, in a field. It was reported to be a decade since it last ran and was last on the road about 30 years ago. So, what we bought was a $500 basket case, a vehicle we're not familiar with, and now we have to figure out what we have, where it goes, and what's missing.
Having all the fun time vacuuming out to find needles and rat nests, and we found something entertaining. Let's see what this is.
So we can't have nice things.
No, this is an old, must have been a squirrel or something. So much for my vacuuming job. Now, a cautionary note about the hantavirus. Always use great care when dealing with rodents. Particulates from dried deer mice droppings could be kicked up in the air you breathe. Effects could be severe, sometimes fatal. Use a mask. Try to scoop up versus compressed air or vacuums. Soak with water bleach. Basically, more than we did here. Fuck this thing.
When you Google the hantavirus, be sure not to mistake that for hentai. That may awaken something deep inside of you. And now, to deal with the current tricycle issue. Before the missing wheel made its exit, it wiped out all the wheel stud threads. Because our future plans does not include this chassis, we can go forward with some bad ideas, with a clear conscience. Never let fear or common sense hold you back. With the top of the lug nuts welded to the studs, we're ready to roll.
With 4 wheels on the ground, we move on to the engine. Being a 1964 model, this is a Cadillac 429 engine with a turbo 400 transmission. As to be expected, everything was a battle. Once the cables were cleaned, it turned over good. Then, cleaning the points to gain spark. When force feeding with a healthy dump of fuel down its gullet, the long derelict engine sputtered into life.
Okay, sounds healthy. Despite first efforts, we could not get the Rochester 4GC carburetor to do anything. Once we peeled it from the car and took a look inside, issues were apparent. This thing is rough, crusty, and badly corroded. The floats fell apart in our hands. We started to gather a vast array of Rochester parts, but still couldn't get anything to work. In the end, the local antique shop, of all places, had a similar unit we managed to drop onto our 429.
Pro tip. A mustard or ketchup container makes a great tool for priming dry carburetors. Now that the engine runs, we add a 200-pound old moldy seat. Ow! So we can test the transmission and the brakes. Both seem to be in good order.
With the electron storage and fuel supply secure, it's time for some quality control checks.
Have we checked to make sure we have steering? Steering and brakes. It's been off the road for 30 years. And it smells like mouse poop. Put your seatbelt on. Little safety this has. Me putting my hand here has zero safety. Oh, look at that there. Oh, that was surprising.
Well, it wobbles a little.
Yeah, is that a cop?
Sure runs good.
Yeah.
Wow.
That runs good. It no longer smells like mouse poo in here.
That's right, we aerated.
Yep, now it's just burnt rubber.
Now that we have confirmed the Cadillac can indeed transform tires into smoke, we have come to the end of this video.
Pity the neighbors. They're gonna hate us.
Don't worry, we have plenty of Dreadnought footage to come. This project is well underway. Editing is always months behind, so if you want to keep up to date, be sure to follow us as DawgStrip on Facebook and Instagram. Next time on DawgStrip, we dust off the Hamster, our Ford Festiva that's been sitting for over a year. We build some custom rims so we can fit the biggest ATV tires we can. Then go bombing through the winter wonderland of the Great White North. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing.
What have we discovered?
There's signs of life. What?
He seems to be noisy. He's noisy.